Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is one of the most decorated players in history, with multiple championships at every level. Power Memorial High School, UCLA, and the NBA's Milwaukee Bucks and LA Lakers. Very few icons can match that resume. He is the architect of the skyhook, arguably the most unstoppable weapon in basketball. He won 6 NBA titles and 6 MVPs, and in between, fearlessly tackled issues of race, religion, and civil rights. And yet, his celebrity is hardly on the level of, say, Barkley, even though Sir Charles never won a ring. Kareem's prickly personality left him disconnected from the public, the media, and his fellow NBA brethren. And it cost him. In May of 2011, Abdul-Jabbar appeared on ESPN's Mike and Mike radio program and claimed the Lakers didn't help him when he expressed interest in coaching. He claimed there was a big disparity in what Lakers owner Jerry Buss did for him and what he did for Magic Johnson. When Magic decided he'd like a crack at coaching in 1994, the Lakers immediately named him their head coach. They later gave Kareem's charismatic co-star a stake in the team, too. Kareem was offered neither. Kareem went on to tell Mike and Mike, "I just think it's a mindset that's taken over in the organization, that I'm of minimal value to the organization, and they're doing other things. They just don't seem to want to include me in the way they've included other people." Such slights enrage his friend and former teammate Michael Thompson.
He is the most disrespected legend, icon in sports history. The fact that his name was never mentioned right alongside Michael Jordan for the greatest player ever just really irks me, really upsets me.
Kareem didn't have much bandwidth for the responsibilities that came with stardom. He would sneer at probing journalists and close himself off from his fellow superstars. He was intelligent and outspoken, but Steve Kerr says Kareem's personality just didn't land with sports fans.
It just was always a little bit aloof, and rubbed some people the wrong way, and very introspective, sounded more like a chemistry professor than an NBA player. So maybe for that reason, fans just didn't connect with him as much.
His biggest issue, though, was his unwillingness to interact with the paying public, rudely brushing them off when they got too close. Magic Johnson shared with me an incident from his second season with the Lakers. A young boy and his father approached Kareem after practice and asked if he would pose with them for a photo. He walked past without so much of an acknowledgement. Magic, embarrassed by Kareem's actions, offered to take a picture with the kid. Years later, when Magic was trying to line up investors for one of his new business ventures, he had a meeting with a young, deep-pocketed CEO. It was the boy, all grown up, from 2 decades earlier. He told Magic he kept the framed photo of the two of them on the wall of his office. And then he signed on to invest in Magic's business. Kareem's friend, Spencer Haywood, believes Abdul-Jabbar's remoteness goes all the way back to his upbringing, when he was subjected to people gawking and making insensitive comments about his size. Byron Scott played alongside Kareem for 6 seasons with the Lakers and says he was wary of anyone who wished to get close to him.
He didn't trust a lot of people. He always thought people were out to get him. And I think that really hurt him socially. And I think it hurt him with the way people perceived him to be. But to be honest with you, in the locker room, Cat was one of the funniest dudes.
Kareem? Funny? It's true. In fact, the Lakers captain was considered the resident prankster. If you slipped on your best silk shirt after a big win and the arms fell off, you were likely a victim of Abdul-Jabbar's whimsy. During the 1987 championship season, Byron Scott, Magic, and Michael Cooper decided to turn the tables. Kareem cherished a pair of designer jeans so much that he wore them to nearly all of the Lakers' home games.
So we won the championship and we took scissors and literally cut holes all over the place in these jeans. So when he went to pull them on, it was like they just fell apart. And he started looking around and we all cracking up. And he said, all right, you MFs, I'm gonna get y'all back, right?
Kareem bided his time and exacted payback on each of them. None more hilarious than when he caught Cooper snoozing on a cross-country flight the following season.
So he got Coop back by putting Nair in his head on the airplane while he was asleep. And that Nair, you remember that's what women used to use for their legs. He put Nair, he pulled the cover off Coop's head, he just sprayed it, and it went right here. He woke up like screaming because it was burning, and he had a patch of his hair missing.